All right, let's talk about some serious power. We're diving deep into the world of canine jaws to uncover the crushing truth about who really has the strongest bite. This is going to be good.
So, get this, which dog out there, maybe even one you know, has a bite stronger than a lion? Yeah, you heard that right. We're going to find out. We're ranking the top dogs, busting some major myths, and really digging into the science of what makes these jaws so powerful.
Okay, let's get right to it. Who takes the crown? Time to meet the undisputed champion of Bite Force.
And the winner is the Kangal from Turkey. Look at that number, 743 psi. That is just incredible. To give you some perspective, the average human bite is, around 160 psi? So yeah, this is a whole other level. And this power has a purpose. These dogs were bred for centuries to be living protectors for livestock, facing down wolves and even bears. That's some serious heritage.
But hey, the Kangal isn't the only heavyweight in the ring. There are some other serious contenders out there with incredible power.
Just take a look at these numbers. You've got the Cane Corso right up there at a massive 700 psi, the English Mastiff coming in over 550, and even a dog we all know, the German Shepherd, still packs a serious 238 psi. You see the pattern here, right? These are big, powerful guardian breeds, historically bred for protection. It's power with a purpose.
So how do they do it? What's the secret sauce? Well, it's not magic. It's pure biology and physics. Let's look at the actual blueprint for all that power.
This is such a great way to think about it. It really comes down to head shape. A long, narrow jaw, think pliers. It's built for speed, for grabbing things quickly. But a short, wide jaw, like you see on a lot of Mastiff types, that's a vice. It's literally engineered for maximum leverage and crushing force. It's simple mechanics, really.
Okay, with all this talk of power, a lot of myths start to fly around, and some of them are pretty harmful. So let's do some myth busting and set the record straight.
All right, let's get right to the big one, the one you hear all the time, the idea of a locking jaw. Is it a real thing? Do some dogs actually have this ability?
Nope. Absolutely not. It is pure fiction. There is no dog breed on Earth that has a locking mechanism in their jaw. It's just anatomically impossible. What people see and call a lock is actually just incredible jaw strength combined with sheer determination and tenacity. That's a trait, not a mechanism. No lock, just a whole lot of grit.
And this right here is probably the most important thing we'll talk about today. You see this chart? It shows what actually shapes a dog's behavior. The science is really clear on this. Over 90% comes down to environment, training, and socialization. The breed itself, that accounts for less than 10%. That's huge. It tells us that nurture, not nature, is the biggest factor by far.
And we got to give a big shout out to Doggozilla magazine for all this awesome info we're drawing from today.
So we've established these dogs are incredibly powerful. But what does that actually mean for us, for safety? Because with great power, well, you know the line. It really comes down to responsibility.
So how do you ensure a powerful dog is a safe and happy family member? It's not about the PSI number. It's about these 4 things. Temperament is everything. Training has to be consistent. Socialization, starting early, is absolutely crucial. But the number one thing, it's the owner. A responsible owner who gets it, that's the key to everything.
And you know, the science around this is always evolving. We're learning new stuff all the time. So let's check out some of the latest research for some new insights. Now this is fascinating. A recent study found that dog bites actually go up when it's hotter and sunnier. And no, it's not because dogs get cranky in the sun. It's way simpler than that. When the weather's nice, more people and more dogs are outside. At parks, on walks, it just means more interactions, which unfortunately means more opportunities for things to go wrong. Another thing to remember is that a PSI number is just a snapshot. It's not a fixed thing. For any single dog, a bunch of different factors can change how strong their bite really is. It's not just about their breed.
I mean, think about it like this. A dog's power changes over its lifetime, right? You've got the puppy stage where they're still developing. Then they hit their adult prime, and that's peak strength. And as they get older into their senior years, that strength naturally wanes. Things like their overall health, even just their dental hygiene can make a big difference in their actual real-world bite force.
So let's bring this all together. If you're thinking about or already living with one of these powerful breeds, what does it really take to do it right? Let's go through a quick owner's guide. First things first, do your research. And I mean really do your research before you even think about bringing one of these dogs home. Then you have to commit to training, and not just for a few weeks, it's a lifelong thing. You also got to give them a job to do. Both physical exercise and mental stimulation are non-negotiable. And finally, you have to be their advocate, always. You need to manage their environment and make sure they're never put in a bad situation.
You know, there's this quote that really sums it all up. Great power comes with great gentleness. And it's so true. It really speaks to the amazing nature of these dogs when they're raised with love and responsibility. They can be the gentlest giants.
And if we zoom out for a second, this isn't just about individual dogs and owners. Dog bite safety is a huge public health conversation, and getting the facts straight is the first step to making things better for everyone.
Just look at this number. In the US alone, dog bite-related costs are over $1 billion a year. That's a staggering figure. And this isn't about scaring anyone. It's about awareness. Because the truth is, most of these incidents are totally preventable. It really is on us, the humans, to make that difference.
So when you boil it all down, maybe the question we started with, who has the strongest bite, isn't even the right one. The real question, the one that truly matters, is how do we become the best owners we can possibly be? How can we be responsible, educated, and loving caretakers for these amazing animals? That's the conversation worth having.